Hey everyone, it's Nell. Welcome back to my channel. This is Little Yellow House Crafts, and I'm so happy that you've joined me this morning. I have a cross stitch update for you today, and I am really excited. I've also done a lot of finishing this week for the first time in months, so I have a lot to show you. It's actually been 2 weeks since my last update. So first of all, thank you to everyone who watched and commented on my video last week about the felt ornaments. Thank you so much for your kind words. I did want to address two questions that I got that I thought were super important. The first one, someone reached out to me by email and asked, did you pre-wash your wool felt before you started working on it? And the answer is kind of. So as we all know, wool can shrink. Oh, some of my kids are fighting, sorry. Wool can shrink when it gets wet. And so it is smart to, if you're going to use wool felt, wool blend felt, 100% wool felt, I personally think that it's best to pre-wash it because of the rinse away stabilizer that we use. That is going to necessitate getting our projects wet at one stage of the process. And so yes, I kind of pre-washed it. I didn't actually wash them. What I did is after I received my felt from Felt on the Fly, I took them into my mom's kitchen because we were staying with my parents at the time, and I soaked them all in icy cold water in the sink, like used the sprayer from my mom's sink to really force the water into the felt fibers till it was like thoroughly soaked. And then I laid them between two towels and rolled it. So I didn't scrunch the felt, I didn't wring it, I rolled it the same way you would a wool sweater or a, something delicate that you don't want to be too rough with. I rolled it between two towels to get out as much of the water as I could, and then we let them air dry. My mom's kitchen and dining room were covered with multicolored felt all over the place for like 2 days as we let them air dry. So I pre-rinsed and dried my felt before I started working on it. I am not 100% sure if there was much shrinkage. I didn't really measure to figure it out, but I also didn't notice any shrinkage later on when I was soaking off my stabilizer. So I personally think it's better to be safe than sorry, and it's better to rinse your felt and let it dry, air dry. Don't tumble dry your wool felt or it'll shrink up. Unless that's the look you want, but no, you won't have enough felt if you do that. I personally think it's best to rinse and air dry your felt before you start working on it, just so that, there's no chance of anything bad happening. It would be awful to spend so much money on felt and then have things get ruined after you've already embroidered them and stuff and have to start over because it hadn't been pre-rinsed. So that was the first really good question. The second question I got was, do you think it would be okay to use Mill Hill beads in place of the French knots? A stitcher reached out to me and expressed interest in wanting to do these ornaments, but she doesn't feel confident in her French knots. She knows how to do them, but she has a really hard time making them look consistent and making them look nice. And my answer is absolutely, use the beads. This designer, she uses beads and sequins in a lot of her other felt ornaments. She doesn't use them in this 12 Days of Christmas series, but in her like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas series and her Christmas Carol series, she uses beads and sequins in a lot of those ornaments. So yes, I think if you feel unsure about your French knots, use Mill Hill beads. I think most of the French knots were white, if I can recall, but you probably will need a few other colors, a pink, a turquoise, a green, a black, I don't know. You'll have to figure it out. But if you've ever done any Mill Hill beaded kits and you've saved your leftover beads, you should have lots of extras with which to play. So anyway, I thought those were two great questions, so I wanted to address them really quickly here at the beginning. Let's jump into the update. Life update, I don't really have one. Nothing much has changed. Well, there have been, of course, there are always things going on. There have been some really scary things happening in the world this week, and I just want to express my support for the country of Ukraine and its people, and I absolutely condemn Putin for what he's doing. My parents are currently living in Romania, serving a mission. They are serving as missionaries in Romania, and we have been in contact with them. So far, they are safe and they are not evacuating. But yes, they are on my mind. They are prepping to receive a lot of refugees from Ukraine in Romania, and so my parents will probably be assisting in that effort. So anyway, I am keeping Ukraine in my prayers. If I have any viewers on here, any viewers who are Ukrainian, my heart is with you. You guys know I have a special place in my heart for Ukraine. When I was dancing in college, I was a member of the International Folk Dance Ensemble. We toured all over the place, performing dances from all over the world, and every single show we end with a Ukrainian hopak. And so that dance, that costume, that music, that culture is really special to me. And yeah, there's not a lot I can say. I feel helpless like so many of you do, I'm sure, but Ukraine, you have my support, you have my love, and please, if there's anything I can do individually for you, Ukrainian viewers, please let me know. I know, one person can't do a whole lot to affect nations, but one person can certainly help out another person, so don't hesitate to reach out, please. I'll leave my email in the description box. I don't know if any of you are even watching right now. You have much bigger issues to deal with, but if you are, just know that you have my love and my support and my prayers. Okay, let's talk about stitching. First of all, I had some finishes. I'm super embarrassed to say that, do you guys remember when I made my placemats, my quilted placemat tutorial like 2 years ago-ish, and I had started working on Christmas ones, and then I got busy with other things and they sat unfinished for 2 years. I finally finished my Christmas placemats. So here they are. These are quilted placemats using the jelly roll fabric I bought at Walmart, which they don't sell anymore, it doesn't look like, but regardless, you could do this with any jelly roll fabric. I have a tutorial about how to make a quilted placemat using jelly rolls and kind of a quilt as you go technique. And so I ran to Hobby Lobby and I picked up some of this extra wide double fold bias tape, which is what I use to bind my placemats. And by the way, the autumn ones that I made, we have been using on our table for 2 years and they have held up amazingly well. This stuff works great. Like washing them weekly and they're still in great shape. So here they are. I have 8 quilted placemats. You can see the backing is different on all of them. So we have a green plaid, this like chalkboardy one, a red plaid, another green plaid, this guy, this like squares one, red plaid, and another squares one. So lots of beautiful backings. And then the quilting, and the strips are different on every one, but they're just like a chalkboard, plaid, red Christmas trucks. Anyway, so I have 8 of these done. I just did my bias tape binding. Don't look too closely at it. It's not perfect. They're never perfect, but good thing I used black thread on black binding and you can't really tell. So I finished them. I finally finished them. It is, what is it? Almost March, and 2 years and like 3 months later, my Christmas placemats are finished. Whatever, What's more important is that they're done. It doesn't matter that it took me 2.5 years. So this is what I used to bind them. Go check out my tutorial if you want to see how to make those placemats. I'm probably going to make more because now I have autumn ones and I have Christmas ones, but I need like springtime and summer ones now. So anyway, when the time comes. I also went ahead and did some finishing of some previous finishes because I was getting close to finishing my Summer House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs, and so I wanted to figure out how I was going to fully finish them, and so I did. I pulled out 2 of the series that I finished a year and a half ago, probably maybe a year ago, and I fully finished them And here's my Easter house trio. Look at how cute. Okay, so what I did, first of all, this comes off so that I can switch them out. So let's talk about the backing board first. So this was just a like unfinished wood piece from Hobby Lobby. It did not have the wood beads. It was just this wooden piece, and it was this color of unfinished wood. I bought it, I painted, it was this color. I painted it with chalk paint, white chalk paint, and then I had a bead garland that I had like cannibalized pieces of for something else, and I had exactly enough beads left on the bead garland, and so I hot glued these wooden beads all around the inside of the lip, because it has this lip. You can't see it now. It had a lip, like a framed edge all the way around the wood piece. And so after I painted it and it dried, I glued these wood beads all around the edge. And I think it's not so stark white. It adds a little pop of interest. They're really cute. And then it can, hold on, let me get it on. There we go. And then you can magnetize on your stitching. And look at how cute it is. And so this will hang somewhere in the house, and I can change out the house trios for the seasons and the holidays, because you guys know Waxing Moon Designs has a house trio for just about every holiday ever, plus all the seasons. It's great, and I have all of them. So I'm going to eventually do all of them. So now that I've shown you that, let me show you the house trio. I'm debating on whether I need to trim these ribbon ends shorter, because it's kind of covering up the words. So I might need to trim up my ribbon ends a little bit, but at the same time, I think it's so pretty that I don't know that I want to. So I just mounted the stitching and then put them on this green polka dot fabric and then put them on the purple plaid. The ribbons, you can see there's pink and aqua and pink, and then a white ribbons on top. And then I had these little Easter egg buttons that I cut the loop back off with some wire cutters and then hot glued them on. And I think it's adorable. It's super cute. So this is going to be going up in my house soon, because it'll probably go up around April because Easter. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's so, so cute. So then I was on a roll with these, and I pulled out my American house trio, or my 4th of July house trio, or my Freedom house trio. I can't remember what it's called. It's the Patriotic one. Oh, it's just Patriotic house trio. I think it's the Patriotic house trio. I finished these a long time ago. These are not completely done. I haven't added ribbons and I haven't added buttons, but they are at least mounted. So I mounted them on this like gold fabric that matched that house, and then this maroon stars fabric. So that's the Patriotic house trio. That it doesn't have magnets on the back yet, but that is going to be, you know, interchangeable. And this is how I plan to finish all the rest of them in this series. And then I can change them out and put them on my cute little board that I made for very inexpensively. I think the unfinished wood piece was about $8. It was 50% off when I bought it. It was about $8. And then I already had the wood beads, but wood beads are pretty cheap. You can buy them in bags. You can buy them on a garland. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them all over the place. They were cheap. And then I just hot glued them on. A little bit of chalk paint, done. Really inexpensive finish. And it's going to look so pretty with all of them. I think it's going to look great. So that was a fully finished object, and that felt really good to get some finishing done. So all I have to do, I have the ribbons for these. I just need to go ahead and do the ribbons, the bows, and the buttons, and this will be done as well. So yeah, got some fully finished objects done. That feels good. Okay, I feel like I'm talking really fast. I'm sorry. I just am feeling excited, and when I get excited, I talk fast, and I'm kind of a high energy person anyway, so. Okay, stitching finishes. I also have some stitching finishes. They aren't fully finished, but I finished speaking of Waxing Moon Designs house trios, I finished my summer house trio. 2 weeks ago, I showed you I had like 1.5 houses done. I finished the sunflower house, and then I did the sunshine house, and now this project is finished. I stitched this on 32 count vintage Sahara linen by Zweigart. So it is the yellow mottled fabric. I love this fabric. It's not going to show up very well there. It's a really pale, like buttery yellow mottled fabric. It's perfect for spring or summertime stuff. I really love the vintage Sahara. So there's the house that was already done. There's the sunflower house that I have finished now. And then we're gonna flip the fabric over because it was easier to work with. There's the sunshine house. So my summer house trio is finished. And now that I know how I'm fully finishing them, I can go ahead and fully finish it. Sorry I didn't iron it, but that's my summer house trio. And let me show you the threads I used. I didn't show them last time because I had so much to talk about 2 weeks ago that I skipped telling you threads. So I'm going to tell you the threads. There they are, bright and summery and colorful, and you guys know me. I am not really a subtle person when it comes to color. So for my red, I used Scarlet Orange. Nearly all of these are by Victorian Motto. For my pink, I used shades of coral, like a coral pink. For my dark yellow, traditional sunflower. For my light yellow, I used Sunny Coreopsis. Light green, Heirloom Ferns. Dark green, Lucky Shamrock. Blue was Lingering Twilight. My gold was King's Gold. My like light brown, I don't know what color you'd call this. What is this? This is not tan, it's too golden. Anyway, cinnamon bread. My brown, I used Dried Branches. And then my grays are not Victorian Motto. My light gray was Classic Colorworks Plymouth Rock. And my dark gray was Gentle Arts Soot. And then I also used DMC 310 for my black and DMC Blanc for my white, but they have already been used for other projects, so they got taken off the thread ring. So those are my colors for Summer House Trio. Really beautiful, vibrant, happy, summery colors. So happy with that one. Excited to get that one finished. I can now iron it and actually finish it because, like I said, now I know how I'm finishing them. My next finish, this was a sort of a spur of the moment thing. I don't know, I've been working a lot on big projects. I've worked on a lot of big stuff for the last year, and I was just missing, you guys know for a while there, I was like super into all of my small like monthly series, seasonal projects. And I kind of wanted to get back to them. And so I pulled out the last one of my whirlygigs that I had not finished yet by Heart and Hand. This is the spring whirlygig. And I have finished the other 3. I have the summer, the fall, and the winter. So this was the last one I had left. I pulled it out, went shopping in my hand-dyed threads, and finished it. I will show you the threads in a moment, but this is my spring whirlygig by Heart and Hand. It's adorable, as they all are, and it is on 1/4 of this fat 1/8 of, this is Vintage Country Mocha, 32 count. And so let's just review and look at all of the rest of them. So that was spring whirlygig. Here is winter whirlygig. Here is summer whirlygig, and here is autumn whirlygig with the thing. So there they all are. Spring is the other way around because again, it's just easier to work it with it in my Q-snap like that. So they're all 4 done. And that's exciting. Let me show you my threads and then we'll talk about how I plan to finish them. Hopefully. I'm scared, but I'm gonna try. I might have to practice once. These are the colors that I chose. So these were a little bit more prim than like my summer house trio that you saw. A little bit more prim and a little bit more pastel-y, but still vibrant. So for my red, I used Pomegranate by Gentle Arts. My pink was Color and Cotton Primrose. My orange was Victorian Motto Gray's Lily. My yellow, Color and Cotton Peep, seemed appropriate for the chick. My green was Victorian Motto 1812 Green Valley. Love this green. I love this green. Blue, Victorian Motto Little Blue Essential. Purple was Victorian Motto Beard's Tongue. Gorgeous, like lavender purple. It's not even lavender, it's more lilac. It's got more pink in it. It's so pretty. My brown, I had 2 different browns. The first one I used was Gentle Arts Sable. I used this one for the bunny. And then for the words inside the box, I used Classic Colorworks Sticks and Twigs because it was just a little darker and it showed up better in the blue box. I shall show you. So this was Sable and this is Sticks and Twigs. So cute, right? So now that all 4 of these are done, I bought at Goodwill about 2 years ago this. This is, I believe, a candle holder. You're just supposed to set a candle in it, right? And it's all cute. It has a little loop. It looks all kind of antique. It's not an antique, but it looks cute. And it has this like fluted edge, and I just really liked this. And it just so happens to be the perfect size in which to set a little round pin cushion or a little round drum. And so I think I want to finish these as pin cushions, round pin cushions, either in a drum finish or as a little domed pin cushion with like walnut shells in the bottom so they're heavy. But I haven't the faintest idea how to do that. So if any of you know how to make a domed, so like flat on the bottom but domed on the top pin cushion, will you please tell me where I can find a tutorial or who knows how to do that? I haven't checked Vanna's channel yet. I should check Vanna's channel because she probably has something about that. I know Helen does a lot of tutorials and she might have something. I know how to finish flat round things, but I don't know how to finish domed round things. And that's what I really want to do with this. So I need help because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm really happy with this. I think they're super cute. All 4 whirlygigs are now complete and I know how I'm going to finish them, maybe, if I get brave. I'm not a very brave person. I am a perfectionist, you guys know, and so if I don't know how to do something perfectly, I almost don't want to do it. So I just need to like be brave. Like Hardanger, right? That is what I was telling all of you guys who were saying, oh, Hardanger, it looks so hard. It's so scary to cut my threads. And I'm like, no problem, just do it. Someone please tell that to me now. No problem, Nell, just make a pin cushion. It'll be fine. Okay, whips. I only have 1. And it's almost done, and I'm not gonna take it off the Q-snap. Speaking of like monthly series that I randomly stopped doing in the middle of completing them, June, A Year in Chalk by Hands On Design. I was doing so good with these, and then I kind of petered out. And so I have the first 4 months, I have the first 4 months finished plus July. May is already stitched but hasn't been fully finished, and so I started June. And here it is. Catch a wave! All I have left, it is almost done. I just need to do this part that goes all the way down this side, and then underneath these waves are just like, yeah, 3 rows of white stitching. There's just 3 rows of white stitching underneath the waves. So I just have this line and then the bottom to do. and it's finished. I was working on this last night while my husband and I were watching The Fellowship of the Rings. And we only watched the extended editions, so it was like a 3.5-hour movie, and I got most of this done during the movie. If the movie had been an hour longer, I would have finished the whole thing. So I don't have much left to do. I am a fast stitcher, yes, but I'm also not, I mean, I can't do something like this in an hour and a half. It's gonna take some time. So I just need to do this and that, and it'll be done. The called for threads were Chalk and Wood Rose by Gentle Arts. For all of my A Year in Chalk pieces, I have just used DMC Blanc for my white, and then I've chosen my own hand dyed. And so here's DMC Blanc that I used. And then for my like peach color, I used Victorian Motto Desert Flowers. So pretty, beautiful peachy color. And I think it looks great. It looks very close to the original. The original is perhaps a little bit more brown than peach, and I preferred the more peachy peach. So that is that. That's my only whip because I've been finishing so much stuff. But I did bring out, because it's been a while since we've seen them, this is how I fully finish these. So if you are new to this channel, welcome, hi. I finished these well over 2 years ago now, maybe a year ago, I don't know. One of them has not been fully finished. This is the January one, Let It Snow. This one is not fully finished. It doesn't have magnets on the back, so that needs some more work, but this is how they work. So here's February. They're a little bent out of shape because they've been in my little bin. You Hold My Heart. And I just do a little white bow with a little sprig of something behind it and a button. And then I have, it's all dusty. I have this that I found at Hobby Lobby. It is it's a cork board on the back and a little chalkboard on the front. It's got magnets glued onto it or washers glued onto it, because this is how I display these. So cute, right? Because they're a chalkboard thing, and so they're on a little chalkboard. So cute. So, and then this can stand on a side table or on a countertop or whatever, and it's just really cute. So that's February. Here's March. May Luck Be Yours for St. Patrick's Day. I should set this one out because it is almost March now. Hold on, my fabric is fraying in the back, and I have, there we go, escaping threads. Perfectionist can't have it crooked. May Luck Be Yours with a shamrock. So cute. And then we have April, which was Hello Spring. So pretty. And then the only other one I have fully finished is July, and I randomly did it out of order because I wanted this up for the 4th of July, because I'm a 4th of July girl. It's my favorite holiday. And Red, White, and Barbecue. And for that one, I have a little red strawberry. So those are the 4 that I have fully finished. Like I said, January needs its bow and flowers and buttons still, and May is sitting up in my finishes bin waiting to be fully finished. And then I will have June. And then I will have the first 7 completed once I finish this one and fully finish them all. So then I'll only have, what does that leave? 5 left to finish out my full year of these. So I do plan to keep working on them. I really like these. They're quick to stitch. They are fun to stitch. They're just really, they're fun. Okay, those are all my whips. I don't have any haul. I haven't been buying a lot. I am trying to stitch from stash right now because of moving in a few months and trying to find an apartment we can afford in Houston, downtown Houston, for a family of 5. It's not the easiest. We'll be fine, but yes, trying to save our pennies. And so I don't have any haul. I've been, like I said, stitching from stash or just buying, you know, stuff like this, stuff that I need for finishing things. I've been trying not to buy like patterns and stuff, but I did do some kitting. Do you guys remember, I forgot to grab them out of my finish bin. You guys remember how I started working on some of those Plum Street Sampler animal trios? I've done the turkeys. I've done the deer. I think it was just the turkeys and the deer. I can't remember. Did I do the foxes? I don't know if I own the foxes. I need to own the foxes. But about, I don't know, 6-9 months ago, I bought a bunch more of the animal trios by Plum Street, and I did some kitting because I love to kit things up. It's really fun for me. And so I pulled these out and started kitting them up, and I'm going to start some of them. Either now or maybe I'll save them for Stitch Mania. I don't know. Anyway, first one, cow pile. Adorable. I really love the colors. I did change the colors ever so slightly just because of what I had on hand. For this one, I'll be using this fat 16th of sand by Picture This Plus. Ooh, there we go. Sand, so it's just a nice neutral. It's nothing super fancy. And the colors I chose, I went for slightly more vibrant purples. Instead of, in this, they're a little bit more prim, a little more like vintage looking. I went for slightly more vibrant purples. So, sorry. These are my colors. Those are my greens. I'm still debating about these greens. They look very faded, which is kind of nice, but also I tend to be more of a vibrant person. So tell me what you think. Should I keep those really like faded greens, or should I brighten them up just a tad? Please comment down below. So I'm not gonna go through the colors right now, but those are the colors I chose for Cow Pile. On Picture This Plus Sand, 32 count. I've been using Picture This Plus linen for all of my animal trios thus far. The next one I kitted up. Oh, I can't wait to start this one. This one's probably my favorite. So, well, no, I can't say that because I love all of them. Henpeck. It's like a summery, glare. Summery patriotic kind of theme, established 1776. Love it. Henpeck. For this one, I am stitching it on the called for fabric, shocker, which is Oaken by Picture This Plus. 32 count Oaken, fat 16th. These little 16ths that 123 Stitch sells, I buy these all the time. I'm using fat 16ths of charcoal for these guys. They're the perfect size for these. They are the perfect size to fit in an 8x8 Q-snap, which is my favorite size of Q-snap, without a lot of extra fabric hanging off. I'm using the fat 16ths for my Scary Apothecary series. I love their fat 16ths. So yes, shout out to 123 Stitch. So this is the 32 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. And I had all of these in my stash. I bought them a while ago, all these fabric pieces. And these are the colors I chose. There we go. So red, yellow, greens. There's my blue. That blue is Brethren Blue by Gentle Arts. Yeah. And here's how they look. It's kind of the same color as my shirt. So here's how they look on the Oaken. Really nice. It's gonna be, I really like the colors I chose for this one. I think they're gonna be great. Don't feel any doubts about that green. I'm still not 100% sure about the cow pile. I know it's pretty, but I'm such a vibrant person that it's unusual for me to go for something so faded, but I also think it's kind of pretty that it's kind of faded. It looks, I don't know, antique-y. Third one, snort stack. I love pigs. They're so cute. Those blue cornflowers are gorgeous. Snort stack is adorable. And I'm stitching this one on, I don't know what this is. I can't find the label. This is not a fat 16th. This is a fat 8th, it looks like, that I cut off and then zigzagged because I used half of it for something else. It's definitely a Picture This Plus. You can see how modeled it is. So it's definitely Picture This Plus. It's kind of a goldeny green. It looks really gold here, but it's definitely got more of like a green tinge. If I hold it against something white, kind of, I don't know what this is. Does anyone know? It's not ale. Ale is darker than this. It's not oaken because oaken's more pink. It's like a golden green color. If you know what this is, please comment because I haven't the faintest idea, but it looked pretty with these colors. It's also Picture This Plus. My colors. For Snort Stack, super cute. Love that, those blues. And yeah, on this like greeny gold fabric, those greens looked really good. So that's what I'm doing Snort Stack on. And yes, let me know. It's not Wren. It's not Wren. I know I like Wren, but Wren I feel like is more tan and less like greeny gold. Maybe it is Wren. It's not ale. It's not doubloon. Doubloon is much darker. I don't know. It's Picture This Plus. Last one that I kitted up is Goat Load. So cute. And for this one, I am using Earthen by Picture This Plus. This is actually a full fat quarter of Earthen that I have never used. It's kind of a pinky color. It's like a pinky brown. It's really pretty. Earthen. And for my colors, for Goat Load, I changed these up. So in the original, it's very like prim red and light pink. For the flowers, I am going with corals because I think they look amazing on this fabric. So I'm going with these colors for the flowers instead of kind of the original colorway. And on this Earthen fabric, it looks amazing. It looks so good with those corals for the flowers. So that's gonna be Goat Load. And yes, I'm really excited. It was super fun. And I love to kit things up. I have been known to kit a bunch of projects and then realize that I'm never gonna start them in the near future. So then I unkit them all again. And then I kit them again 6 months later. And then I unkit them again. I just enjoy kitting stuff up because you guys know, I really like picking my own colors and that's just really fun for me. So those are 4 of those Animal Trios by Plum Street. I don't know when those will get started, hopefully soon, because I really like the colors I chose. I might save a few of them for Stitch Mania, or I might not. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to participate in Stitch Mania this year because that is like the month before we move. We're gonna be moving like beginning to mid-June. And I'm just not sure there's gonna be any way I'm gonna have time to do Stitch Mania while we're packing and cleaning and getting ready to move. So I might not do Stitch Mania this year, which might give me an excellent excuse to just start those whenever I feel like it. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. That was fun. That was a fun one. I hope you saw some things you liked. I hope I inspired you to finish some of your projects. Just know I am also a perfectionist, and I know for a lot of us stitchers, finishing things is scary because we don't want to finish it and then hate it and feel like we've now ruined this thing that we've spent hours and hours and hours stitching. But I have found, even if I don't 100% adore everything that I've ever fully finished, I'm so much happier with it finished than I was when it was just sitting in a bin, never being seen. So I also have perfectionistic tendencies. I'm also scared to finish my whirligigs in the way that I envision because I've never done it before. But you know what? Just go for it. You learn as you do. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you are all well. I hope you are safe. Again, for my Ukrainian viewers, please know that my prayers are with you, and please reach out if there's anything that I can do to help. Send letters, send, I don't know, donate. If there's a reputable place I can donate money to that's going directly to like refugee aid, I would love to know that. Yes, just let me know what I can do to help. And in the meantime, you are in my prayers. And yeah, also prayers would be appreciated for my parents, who are not in any danger right now, but you know, we are aware of the situation happening so close to them. And yeah, just keep them in your thoughts also in Romania. So anyway, that's all for today, guys. Take care. I don't know if I will have a video for you next week or if it will be 2 weeks for my regular stitching update, but regardless, I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.